The transactional arrangement you enter to secure your future is not merely a contract of convenience, but a crucible that exposes the emotional debts you've been avoiding. And true partnership requires not fulfilling the terms with detached precision, but renegotiating them until obligation transforms into authentic desire. In Bargaining, Sasha Lace delivers a contemporary romance that transforms the marriage of convenience trope into a searing exploration of female agency and earned intimacy, proving that in relationships defined by negotiation, liberation isn't found in escaping the deal. It's forged in the radical act of claiming your worth when the fine print demands you remain silent. This isn't merely another contractual romance with forced proximity, it's a psychologically precise narrative where every clause feels like both shield and sentence. Consent to connect is negotiated through mutual recognition rather than assumed hierarchy, and love means honoring the woman beneath the agreement when practicality demands she remain a line item. From the first ink and steel narration, listeners are immersed in a world where leverage is language and presence is the only unbreakable term. Perfect for fans of emotionally intelligent contemporary romance and stories where female strength thrives within constraint, this audiobook serves up atmospheric tension, relentless emotional honesty, and protagonists whose journey from business partners to sovereign lovers resonates with anyone who's ever been told their value was negotiable. When event planner Ilara Verns agrees to a 6-month marriage with billionaire Julian Thorner to save her family's business, she expects professional detachment, not to discover his quiet intensity mirrors the stability she's spent years chasing through self-reliance, and his refusal to treat her as an asset creates space for a connection that defies their signed agreement. But as they navigate public appearances and buried attractions, Ilara realizes this bargain isn't about survival, it's about recalibration. Lace masterfully avoids reducing Ilara to desperate heroine or Julian to cold tycoon. Instead, she crafts a relationship rooted in radical reciprocity within constraint, where trust is earned through honoring boundaries, even as desire blurs them, and intimacy emerges from seeing each other beyond the contract. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional alchemy, capturing Ilara's disciplined composure softening into genuine receptivity, and Julian's guarded authority revealing warmth beneath stoic vigilance. You don't just hear their bond deepen, you feel the seismic shift of two souls learning that some deals can only be honored when you stop letting the terms define you. What elevates bargaining beyond typical marriage of convenience fare is its nuanced portrayal of transactional relationships as collaborative creation rather than romantic erasure. Ilara isn't merely fulfilling obligations, she's confronting how hustle culture taught her to equate worth with utility, challenging the notion that safety requires self-effacement. Julian doesn't buy her compliance through wealth, he creates sanctuary where her strategic mind can lead without diminishment, honoring her autonomy even as his own walls crumble. Their relationship evolves through acts of radical reciprocity, sharing silences during staged photo ops that bypass performance, establishing rhythms that protect both business integrity and emotional safety, and defending each other from relatives who mistake evolution for breach of contract. Supporting characters add vital texture, fellow entrepreneurs whose loyalty encodes suppressed grief, staff whose discretion carries intergenerational weight, even the corporate penthouse itself rendered as a living archive whose glass walls absorb decades of unspoken bargains. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. In economies built on exchange, tenderness is technique, and presence is the only true currency. Even the romance mechanics serve thematic depth, with contract amendments mirroring emotional attunement and public appearances becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is an immersive sensory descent into elegant reckoning. The narrator embodies Ilara and Julian with remarkable distinction. Ilara's voice carries crisp intelligence laced with dawning sovereignty, while Julian's low timbre trembles with suppressed tenderness beneath disciplined cadence, making their chemistry palpable even during conflict. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming immersion. Distant city hum marking temporal rhythm, rain against floor-to-ceiling windows during vulnerable confessions, and the hushed rustle of silk sinking with breath during moments of revelation, all anchor psychological stakes in tangible reality. Pacing mirrors the cadence of contractual courtship, deliberate during negotiation and reflection, then surging with urgency as external pressures collide with internal transformation. Whether you're commuting through urban chaos or sitting in twilight solitude, the audiobook creates a portable sanctuary where slowness feels sacred and connection feels lifeline. It's storytelling as embodied validation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a journey where healing isn't about escaping the deal, but about rewriting it. Ultimately, Bargaining redefines contemporary romance by centering female epistemology within transactional frameworks. It satisfies genre cravings for satisfying chemistry and hopeful resolution, while delivering substantive commentary on power dynamics, masculine vulnerability, and the radical act of building partnerships based on mutual recognition rather than rescue. As Book 1 in the Thorner Brothers series, it establishes a foundation of emotional authenticity that promises depth throughout the saga, yet stands confidently as a complete emotional odyssey. If you've ever wondered whether love can coexist with leverage, or if true strength requires embracing what others dismiss, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the most powerful act is simply choosing to be valued beyond the price tag. Press play, sign the page, and prepare to believe that even in landscapes shaped by exchange, hearts still find ways to claim what's priceless. Your next favorite romance isn't waiting in perfect contracts, it's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to honor your whole self.